Welcome to Quick Bite, your fast and friendly Florida insurance update.
Hello. This is Roshonda, agency owner of the Isom Insurance Group, back again with another Quick Bite episode. Owner of the Isom Insurance Group, I forgot to say, here in the sunshine state of Florida, back again with another Quick Bite episode, your fast and informative insurance market update. Today is Saturday, July the 18th, 2026. Have you ever received an email from your insurance company that says something like this? Save up to 30% by letting us track your driving. Or maybe you've seen a commercial where someone plugs in a little device into their vehicle, drives around for a few months, and magically gets a lower insurance premium. Sounds simple, right? Well, maybe today we're talking about one of the fastest growing trends in auto insurance, telematics, also known as usage-based insurance. Some people absolutely love it because they're saving hundreds of dollars every year. Others absolutely hate it because they feel like Big Brother is riding shotgun every time they get behind the wheel. So today we're going to answer the three important questions. What exactly is telematics? How does it work? Should Florida drivers sign up for it? Let's jump in. Let's start with the basics. Telematics is simply technology that allows your insurance company to understand how you actually drive instead of making assumptions based on only on your age, your zip code, vehicle, or driving history. Think about traditional auto insurance. Insurance companies have always asked questions like this: how old are you? Where do you live? What kind of vehicle do you drive? Have you had any accidents? Those are useful pieces of information, but they don't actually tell an insurance company whether you're a careful driver. Two people could own identical vehicles, live in the same neighborhood, and have identical driving records. One drives cautiously every day, the other thinks every green light is a Daytona 500. Traditional rating treats them very similar. Telematics changes that. Instead of guessing, the insurance company measures your actual driving habits. How does it work? There are several ways insurance companies collect this information. Some companies question you to or request that you download an app on your smartphone. Others provide a small device that plugs into your vehicle. Newer vehicles may already have connected technology built into the car. Once you enroll, the system begins collecting information while you drive. Now, before anyone starts imagining hidden cameras inside the vehicle, let's actually talk about what they're actually monitoring. Most telematics programs look at things alike: how quickly you accelerate, how often you brake hard, how fast you drive, how many miles you drive, whether you use your phone while driving, and even what time of the day you're typically on the road. Late night driving, especially between midnight and 4 in the morning, is generally considered higher risk because the stats show that's when more serious accidents occur. Why are insurance companies pushing this so hard? Great question. The answer is actually pretty simple. Companies would much rather insure safe drivers than risky drivers. If they can better identify safe drivers, they can offer those customers better pricing. It's a win for the insurance company. And if you're truly a safe driver, it can be a win for you too. In fact, the usage-based insurance market is growing rapidly, with industry projections showing significant expansion over the rest of this decade as more insurers adopt telematics programs. Here in Florida, telematics has become one of the biggest weapons in the current auto insurance price war. Companies are competing aggressively for good drivers instead of simply advertising lower rates. They're saying, show us you're a safe driver and we'll reward you. Also, just to kind of add a little bit more color on this, what I believe the market is going to, especially in auto insurance, is kind of individualistic rates. Meaning with telematics, now they can make the rate more individualized instead of rating for groups of people, like groups of risk. Now they'll be able to individualize rates. Also, there are companies popping up now that do charge insurance based on mileage, like based on usage, based on how often you're driving your car. So that is becoming a new phenomenon in the auto insurance market. I haven't really seen most of those carriers get to Florida yet, but that is kind of where I see the ball going, or where it's kind of heading. Here's something many people don't realize. Most companies don't make you wait until the end of the program to receive a benefit. Many carriers offer an immediate participation discount just for enrolling. That discount is often around 10%. Then, after monitoring your driving for a few months, that initial discount can grow significantly if your driving habits score well. Some programs advertise potential savings ranging from about 30% to even 40% for qualifying drivers. Now, let's be honest. Who doesn't like saving money? I know I do. If someone told me I could save 30% on groceries by driving a little smoother, I'll probably become the calmest driver here in Florida. Let's say we have two drivers. We'll call them Susan and Mike. Susan works from home. She drives mostly during daylight hours. She avoids rush hour whenever possible. She keeps plenty of distance between herself and other vehicles. She rarely uses her phone while driving. Telematics loves Susan. Now let's look at Mike. Mike drives 50 miles each way to work through heavy Orlando traffic every day. Someone cuts him off every morning. Someone slams on their brakes every afternoon. He's constantly navigating congestion, construction zones, and distracted drivers. Mike may actually be a very safe driver, but his driving environment is completely different. Another thing people often overlook is that telematics isn't only changing pricing, it's changing how insurance companies operate. Vehicle data can help verify when, where, and how an accident occurred. That can speed up claims. It can also reduce fraud by providing objective information about a collision. Instead of spending weeks arguing about what happened, the vehicle may already have recorded much of the information. That's becoming increasingly valuable for both insurance companies and honest policyholders. So far, telematics sounds pretty impressive. Potential discounts, personalized pricing, faster claims, better fraud detection, but living in Florida creates some unique challenges because sometimes slamming on your brakes isn't reckless driving. It's called surviving I-4, I-275, I-75, and that's exactly where we're headed next. Now comes the big question. Should you actually enroll? As with most insurance questions, the answer is it depends. I know that's probably everyone's least favorite insurance answer, but it's also the most honest one. Let's talk about why. Living in Florida is different than driving almost anywhere. Think about your daily commute. You're dealing with tourists who stop in the middle of the road because they suddenly realize they missed Disney World exit, snowbirds who haven't driven in 6 months, summer thunderstorms that can reduce visibility to almost nothing, construction everywhere, and if you live anywhere near I-4, well, may the odds be ever in your favor. Sometimes heartbreaking isn't aggressive driving. It's avoiding the person who decided crossing 4 lanes of traffic in one move sounded like a great idea. Insurance companies understand that. Modern telematics programs don't simply count every hard break as negative. They're looking for patterns over time rather than one isolated event. If you have one emergency stop because someone ran a red light, that isn't likely to define your overall driving score. But if you hard brake every few minutes, the system starts recognizing a pattern. So that's what telematics looks for. They look for patterns, not just every now and again. They're looking for you to always be doing the same thing. Now, let's address what everyone is thinking: privacy. This is usually the first objection I hear. People ask, so my insurance company is watching me? Not exactly. Most telematics programs collect driving behavior, not video recordings or conversations. They're measuring things like speed, acceleration, braking, mileage, phone use while driving, and time of the day you're on the road. But here's the reality. Many of us already carry a smartphone that tracks our location. Our navigation apps know where we drive. Our fitness watches know how fast we walk. Our streaming apps know what we watch. Our online stores know what we buy. In many ways, telematics isn't introducing new technology. It's applying existing technology to insurance pricing. The question isn't whether technology exists. The question is whether you're comfortable exchanging some driving data for the possibility of lower premiums. That's a personal decision. Now, let's look at a few of the biggest names you'll hear. If you have Progressive, you probably heard of Snapshot. Snapshot uses either a mobile app or in some cases a plug-in device depending on the program availability. It looks at driving habits like braking, acceleration, speed, mileage, and phone use while driving. Safe drivers may qualify for meaningful discounts after the monitoring period. Allstate has DriveWise. A DriveWise focuses on behaviors like speed, braking, and driving times while providing opportunities to earn rewards or premium savings based on your driving performance. GEICO offers DriveEasy. DriveEasy uses your smartphone to evaluate your driving patterns, including distracted driving, cornering, braking, and smooth acceleration. Each company has its own scoring model. That's important to remember. There isn't one universal report card. A score with one carrier doesn't automatically transfer to another. And we have all three of those companies here in our office, and we're able to go in more detail on each of their telematics programs. In my opinion, as an agency owner and been in insurance for now almost about 20 years, there are several people who should seriously consider enrolling. If you work from home and don't drive very much, you're a great candidate. If you're retired and avoid rush hour traffic, you're probably a great candidate. If you're someone who naturally drives the speed limit and leaves plenty of following distance, you're probably a great candidate. If you're a parent trying to encourage safe driving habits with a teenage driver, telematics can also be a useful coaching tool in addition to its insurance benefits. Some families tell me their teenagers become much smoother drivers once they realize their driving habits actually mattered. Funny how that works. Now, let's talk about situations where I recommend having a conversation before enrolling. If your job requires you to drive hundreds of miles every week, telematics may not produce the savings you're hoping for. If you're constantly driving during heavy rush hour traffic, your environment could create driving behaviors that don't necessarily reflect your actual skill. Delivery drivers, sales representatives, people who spend all day on Florida highways, those situations deserve a closer look. That doesn't automatically mean telematics is a bad idea. It simply means we should review your driving habits before deciding. Here's another piece of advice. Don't buy insurance policies simply because you like the telematics program. The insurance policy itself still matters more. Coverage, deductibles, claim services, financial strength, customer experience, those things should always come first. Telematics should be viewed as an additional tool, not the entire reason you choose an insurance company. One thing I love about being an independent insurance agent is that I don't work for just one company. I work for my clients. That means I can look at your situation objectively. Some customers absolutely benefit from telematics, others don't. My goal isn't to just enroll everyone. My goal is to help people make informed decisions. Insurance is definitely not a one size fits all. Your driving habits, your vehicle, your commute, your lifestyle, those are all unique. Your insurance recommendations should be unique too. As we look ahead, telematics is only going to become more common. Insurance companies are investing heavily in technology because it allows them to price policies based more on actual behavior than broad assumptions. For safe drivers, that has the potential to be a very positive change. The better you drive, the more opportunity you may have to benefit. And honestly, I like the idea of rewarding good habits instead of treating everyone exactly the same. Like I keep saying, insurance is going to become so much more individualized. They've already started doing some of that with the rating models. It's only going to get more so individualized, and I like that. So, should you let your insurance company track your driving? Here's my answer. If you're a safe driver, you don't mind participating in a telematics program, and you understand how the specific carrier's program works, it may be worth exploring. But don't enroll simply because a commercial promises huge savings. Ask or, question everything. Question it. Understand the program. Know what it's measuring, and make sure it fits your driving habits. That's the difference between making an informed decision and simply clicking accept because the app offered you a discount. If today's Quick Bite episode helped you better understand telematics, whether it's something you should consider, then that's exactly what I hope to accomplish. Insurance technology is changing quickly. Understanding how these programs work can help you make smarter decisions and potentially save you money on your auto insurance. If you would like to review your current auto insurance or find out whether a telematics program might be a good fit for you, please visit our website at isominsurancegroup.com. And I believe it's right down here on the screen. Preparation always beats regret. If you found this episode helpful, please like this video, share it with your friends and neighbors, and drop a comment below answering today's question. Would you let your insurance company track your driving if it could save you 20% or more on your premium? Why or why not? I can't wait to read your answers because I know this topic creates some interesting conversation. Quick Bite episodes now drop every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, tax, or specific insurance advice. Please consult a licensed insurance professional regarding your unique situation. This is Roshonda with the Isom Insurance Group here in sunny Florida. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe out there. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Visit us at isominsurancegroup.com.